June 7th, 2013, from Studio 12B of Ribbit Media's full duplex studios in Providence, Rhode Island, this is NewsUndies. For June 7th, 2013, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news. I'm Paul Torville with these headlines. Former South African President Nelson Mandela continues to be very, very old. Obama administration struggles to distinguish U.S. citizen surveillance from that of China. Good luck with that. Romney now blames 2012 election loss on the timing of Hurricane Sandy. A series of unfortunate events brings down websites for Ribbit Media, NewsUndies, the band Dummyhead, the Church of No Thanks, and others, and holds them down for nearly a week. Fortunately, most of the sites are back up at this point, and with a better, faster internet connection. Arizona 4-year-old shoots, kills father. Gun questioned but released. Child gunman in custody. Ariel Castro faces so many charges that he may face probation and community service. Pregnant 35-year-old actress Shannon Richardson, a.k.a. Shannon Guess, Shannon Rogers Guess, Shannon Guess Richardson, and I'm sure the list goes on, known for bit roles in The Walking Dead and Vampire Diaries. So there's a resume. Well, it looks now like she is the source of the ricin letters sent to President Obama and New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg. She had contacted authorities attempting to pin the deed on her estranged husband. That quickly unraveled, and she has now appeared in court. Apparently, the FBI has chosen to make a federal case out of it, which they rarely do. She's been charged with mailing a threatening communication to the president, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. She has reportedly confessed, but claimed her husband forced her to do it. This will probably take a familiar, well-worn slapstick tumble down the hillside in the style of Jodi Arias. First, she claimed her husband did it. Then she admitted doing it, but her husband forced her. Next, I expect that we'll hear she did it, but he didn't exactly force her to do it, but he used the force to coerce her. That will probably be followed by the voices and the fillings in her teeth telling her to do it. Then God will have told her to do it. Then Satan will have told her to do it, but he will have been disguised as God. And finally, and I do mean finally, we all saw this coming, didn't we? Astronomers and astrophysicists may want to start looking in a new place for dark energy, the hypothesized reason for the accelerating expansion of the universe. The place they should start looking? In the widening gap between Justin Bieber and reality. Justin Bieber's recently announced Latin American tour excludes a number of nations with purportedly numerous and apparently vocal, if auto-tuned, fans. Included in the list of countries excluded from the tour are Venezuela, Uruguay, and Peru. Included in the tour, Chile. One date. Chile is around 3,000 miles from north to south. Santiago is right about in the middle. The tour runs like this: Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. No love for Haiti. Then southeast across the Caribbean to Panama. Backtracking north to Guatemala. Then south again on the west coast of South America to Colombia and Ecuador. Next, skipping over the bulk of the east-west expanse of the continent to play a couple of dates on the east coast of Brazil. Then west again to hit, of all places, Paraguay. Then down to Buenos Aires, Argentina. From there, you could hit Montevideo with a poorly folded paper airplane and a gale force headwind. Nope, no love for Uruguay. Then back across the continent to the west coast, well, not quite the coast, to play a night in Santiago, Chile. Then, naturally, 2 nights in Mexico City, about 6,000 miles away. I'm guessing the Bieber organization hired Jeffy from the Family Circus to arrange the logistics for the tour, and he hired ExxonMobil, Goodyear, FedEx, and the Teamsters to plan the route. Well, that's all for this edition of NewsUndies. If you see news that shouldn't be news, you can submit your story tips online at newsundies.com. NewsUndies is a weekly show. We'll be back on Friday, June 14th with fresh undies. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, ignore us on MySpace, tell your friends, and buy NewsUndies Kitsch. Thanks for watching. Until next time, for all of us here at NewsUndies, I'm Paul Torville. After that, I might be searching for that one photo of Justin Bieber where he looks like an adult male who's comfortable in his own skin and not posed or dressed by a professional stylist.